Hello, everyone. What a great crowd. My name is Jim Sliger. I'm a former student athlete here and coach and so on, a MUM alum, a very, very proud MUM alum. And I'm here today to gather this crowd to honor Lynn Darbyshire. It was in 1967 that C. Eugene Bennett, Dr. Bennett, brought Lynn to the campus to build a student activities program and coach our men's basketball team. And way back on December 1st, 1967, MUM defeated OSU Lima 103-94 at OSU Lima for the first basketball game in Middletown campus history, of course a W. It was awesome because it was at Lima, which is it's a kind of a suburb of Lynn's hometown. So it had to be a great thrill for him. 1 week later, we played our first home game. The home game was across the street at what was then Manchester Junior High School. Little small, dinky gym. We had a few different home facilities back in those days. It was 5 years later, in 1972, when this building was built and dedicated, again with a win. In 1973, under Lynn's leadership, the Ohio Regional Campus Conference was started. And on the logo right now. It included 7 regional campuses then, grew to include as many as 14, all under Lynn's leadership. Middletown campus added golf and tennis that year. Also, about that time, Don Gilchrist was assisting Lynn. They scoured the local high schools and using the facility and the conference affiliation, went out and recruited many talented young athletes. And others like myself just showed up. And they haven't been able to get rid of me since, so it's been wonderful. Lynn coached for 10 years, then stepped down and became Director of Student Affairs, where in that role, he had a great influence on student leaders through student government, student organizations. We would have 20 to 25 student organizations on our campus. It was the envy of every regional campus in the state. Our intramural recreation program, again, envy of every regional campus in the state, all under Lynn's leadership. There are many, many alum here today who can give you stories of the positive influence Lynn has had on their life. And there are countless more unable to attend. There are literally thousands of students that have passed through the Middletown campus that have had a positive, Lynn's lives, that Lynn has impacted their lives positively and touched their hearts positively. So, because of that, some alum decided, in conjunction with the 50th anniversary of the Middletown campus, that it was fitting to recognize Lynn's contributions by getting his name on this court. And through the wonderful support of the Miriam Knoll Foundation and many MUM alums and many of Lynn's friends, we are here today to dedicate Lynn Darbyshire Court in the Bennett Recreation Center. And at this time, I'd like the dedication party to come forward as we cut the ribbon to dedicate Lynn Darbyshire Court in the C. Eugene Bennett Center on the Miami Middletown campus.
three. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Cathy Bishop-Clarke. I am the interim dean of Miami's regional campuses. I'm going to go out here so I can see this group too. And it is really my pleasure to be a part of the ceremony today. We are honoring Lynn Darbyshire, who has spent many, many years at this campus on this very floor. And I had the privilege of working with Lynn for about 7 of those years. And I've also had the privilege of talking to the many people over here that have told me in the last few minutes how Lynn has touched their life and what he's meant to them. And I can say that, when I came here many years ago, Lynn was one of the first people I met. And what struck me then is the very same thing that strikes me today. And that's his passion for this place, for Miami Middletown, and his energy. So I would like to, I want to make sure I point out and give thanks to the Miriam Knoll Foundation and the many friends who helped us refurbish the gym in Lynn's name. Please join me for a moment in thanking all of them. And we have a gift for Lynn. So with Athletic Director Cheryl Miller and I, we have a plaque which is a replica of the Lynn Darbyshire Court of Miami Middletown. And what's very special about this plaque is the wood is from the original gym. And so I would assume, given all the time that Lynn spent in the original gym, that his foot has touched these exact pieces of wood many, many times. So please join me in congratulating Lynn Darbyshire.
Thanks, Cathy. My name is Jude Killey. I'm the Deputy Director of Athletics on our campus in Oxford. I'm here today representing Dr. Gregory Crawford and our Athletic Director, David Saylor. And I'm really thrilled to be here. Hopefully most of you know already that Lynn actually was a student athlete for us in Oxford. He ran track, lettered in track, is also a graduate. And part of what we talk about really consistently from a departmental standpoint is that we graduate champions, right? That's what we do. It's part of our fiber. And there's nobody that exemplifies that better than you, Lynn. I'm so happy for you about this day today. Your career at Miami Middletown from, I guess, almost 30 years plus, right? As an advocate for athletics to Middletown in the region has been phenomenal. And the thing that I want to add to that too is knowing your family. You're a wonderful husband and father, and you've got great kids and grandkids. And there is no one better that they could name this court after than you. So I just want to extend, on behalf of the Oxford campus, a great congratulations. So congratulations.
Well, this is a very humbling experience, and I'm sure you can understand that. I've been retired for 22 years, and probably, I thought, forgotten, basically from Miami University, Middletown, but what an unbelievable happening. First of all, I want to thank Miami University, particularly Miami University Middletown, and the committee that's made all this happen. Like I say, it's in a way it's embarrassing, but at the same time it's so flattering, it's unbelievable, and I really, really do appreciate that. I don't know anybody that goes into education for something like this to happen. That's not a career goal, but the thing I've found in retirement and telling other people going to retire, a whole lot of the blessings in retirement from education are the rest of your life. You get to see young people that you work with or you knew, that you get to watch them grow. You get to read about them, you get to interact with them, you get to have them as friends. And some of the experiences are and I'll be honest with you, somewhat embarrassing. People say things to you about an impact you had on your life that you know you didn't have that much of an impact, and you certainly don't think so, but what a great feeling. I mean, it's just so wonderfully rewarding to be able to hear those things 30 years later, 25 years later, and to have some of you people who take so much of your time out, such of a beautiful day to come in here and be part of this and honor me and my family, I think is just outstanding. You know, the other thing that's really means an awful lot to me, a whole lot of you do and a whole lot of you don't know C. Eugene Bennett, who this recreation facility is named after. Well, Gene Bennett, I was fortunate enough in 1967, I was asked to come over here and start a basketball program. I thought, you gotta be kidding. I'm 23 years old, 22 years old, newly married, just finished my graduate degree. And I worked in Oxford for 4 years in the School of Education teaching mathematics in McGuffey Lab School with some of the most wonderful people in the world, okay? And I had an opportunity to come over here to start basketball, and then 2 years later, and I never interviewed for that job. They hired me. Well, she's pretty good. So anyway, a couple years later, they asked me if I'd like to come over here to the Middletown campus and start an intramural recreation athletic program. And I remember my first question, and it wasn't an interview. Again, they asked me if I wanted to do it. And I said, now, am I going to get paid for this? And I was serious. And I wasn't, in those days, I think I started at Miami University in Oxford for $6,000. And I took a pay cut to come over here. And because I have the most wonderful wife in the world, she didn't care, and I didn't care. So anyway, that was how it began. And then for the next 5 or 6 years, I commuted over here coaching and working in student activities, playing in student activities, to be honest. And I remember that at that point, I'm thinking, and my wife is teaching at that time, we've got it all. I mean, what more can there be to it? I get to go to a situation where, unlike a lot of elementary and secondaries, who everybody here is motivated. I mean, they wouldn't be here paying money if they weren't motivated. So what kind of life is that? I mean, it just can't get much better than that. So, but anyway, Dr. Bennett's the one that made all that happen. Dr. Bennett was the most sophisticated, honorable man I ever knew. He was my boss, my mentor, and then became my best friend. And when we talked about planning this building, he and I walking around the grounds, I remember, and he said, putting them on top of the hill. I said, you can't build a building on top of a hill. We did it. And we thought this was the Taj Mahal. And in my world, this still is the Taj Mahal. And I'm so proud of what has happened in here. You know, somebody asked us, how do you get all these championships? A lot of our championships aren't the result of great players, they're the result of great people. We got people playing in our programs, if you don't know, that didn't play high school ball, that didn't realize they were good enough to be an athlete at this level. And if you look around what has been accomplished by the people in Middletown, Ohio, in this facility, in this arena, it blows you away. And, you know, a newspaper reporter asked me the other day, he said, why did you stay so long at Miami University, Middletown? And I've never been asked anything like that. I guess I was thinking he didn't know much about what Miami University, Middletown's about, or he wouldn't have asked it. I would have thought he'd say, Lynn, at 51, why did you leave Miami University, Middletown? I had the best job in the world. I was working with not only student athletes, by this time I was in student affairs, working with student government, working with the counseling department, working with learning assistants, financial aid, and I had the best people that you can imagine because they really, really cared about what they were doing. We had so much fun and they worked so hard. My talent was hire good people and get out of the way. You know, I'm embarrassed when people tell me I deserve it. I didn't work that hard. I played that hard. I had more wonderful experiences because of the kind of people we have here. We moved our family when my daughter was, I don't know how old, but we moved over here from Oxford to be in this community. I wanted my students to go to school in a diverse community, in a community that wasn't a utopia like Oxford sort of is. Wonderful place, but I wanted my children, and I interacted well with what Middletown's all about, and I still do. So anyway, I won't keep rambling. I know if I'm the coach, I'm saying, get this old man out here. I'm ready to beat Chillicothe. And by the way, you Chillicothe fans, you should want me back coaching. I was like 5-30 against Chillicothe. They owned me. And we had some good teams, but they owned me. I'm not proud of that, and I'm proud of you young ladies. I'm very proud of you young ladies. And I hope I'm going to be proud of you. I'll be proud of you no matter what. Anyway, so with that, I want to thank Miami University. I want to thank everybody that's part of this. I want you to know what it means to me and my family. You can see I have oops, my son's telling me to pull the hook. He wants me off of this. Anyway, it's just an unbelievable experience. I'm humbled, I'm embarrassed, and everything else, but thanks so much for being part of it. And one last thing, I want to recognize Bob Rasmussen, my counterpart on the Hamilton campus. Where are you, Bob? And for you people that think that keep saying I didn't have a job, you're right, basically, because when I retired, Bob took over and does both campuses, and I thought I was doing a big job on one campus. So tells you I was really just not that effective. Again, thank you very much, and let's beat the Hilltoppers, young men.
Hi, today we're here with Juanita Hatton. Juanita, I'm curious if you will share with us anything you would like to tell Lynn today on this special day.
I'd just like to ask Lynn if he remembers calling me Mom. I work for food service, and he'd come in and ask me what the special was and whatever Mom wanted him to have for that day.
We'll have to ask him. Well, Juanita, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Hi, today we're here with Interim Regional Dean Cathy Bishop Clarke. Cathy, would you mind sharing with us something that you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day?
I would. So, Lynn, you and I met when I was 25 years old, and I can still remember meeting you. And as I mentioned in our presentation today, what I remember about you is the passion that you had, and the energy, and the positive attitude. And that stayed with me over the years. And initial impressions are, I think, lasting, and yours was a very positive one. So, you know, I'm still here 27 years. I know you were here for a long time. Thank you for everything you've done. You've made it a better place for me. So thank you, Lynn.
All right, here we are with Janet and Dave Sauter. Janet and Dave, do you mind sharing with us something that you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day?
First of all, congratulations, Lynn. You are the reason the Sauter family moved to Middletown, Ohio in August of 1984, but we closed on our house in November. You called me when I was your counterpart up at Ohio State Newark. You called me one day and said, Dr. Bennett and I have this job we'd like you to look at. And the rest was sort of history. Before we closed on our house, I had to live someplace Monday through Friday, and so I think Greg may have just gone off to school, but we stayed at your house and some other places. So we owe our Middletown start to you. Best of luck for all the rest. We're proud for you and happy to be part of today.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
Cheers.
Today we're here with Harold and Carolyn Kramer. Harold and Carolyn, thanks for joining us today. We're curious if you could tell us what you would tell Lynn today on this special day.
Well, he's a very deserving individual, deserves everything he gets, very hard worker, a wonderful person. We know him business-wise and socially.
His family is just as nice as he is. We love all of them. They're great people.
Thank you very much. Today we're here with John Weaver, a man who played for Lynn for 4 years. John, would you mind sharing with us what you would like to tell Lynn on this special day?
Well, I would just like to thank Lynn for everything that he's done in my life, as well as the community here and for Miami University Middletown. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be here today. at least in the way that it is here. So I want to thank him for that.
All right, today we're here with Skip and Kitty Snow, roommates and friends of Lynn Darbyshire. Skip and Kitty, can you share with me what you would like to tell Lynn on this special day?
Well, first of all, he's been a wonderful person for a long, long time, meant a lot to us, and I couldn't be happier that he is being honored in this way. Very deserving, and it's just a great honor for us to be here and to celebrate with him.
I also just want to congratulate Darb. He's been a great friend. He was the first friend of Skip's that I met when we started dating at Miami. And he and Steph have just been wonderful friends of ours for years. And this is a well-deserved honor, and we're really happy for him. So congratulations.
Remember Love Shack.
Hi, we're here with Phil Lavelle, a 4-year basketball player for Lynn. Phil, I'm hoping that you can share with us something you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day.
Well, I've known Lynn now for a long time, since '72. There's so many good memories, it's tough to say. Lynn's been a huge part of my life. Here at Miami Middletown when I was here at 72 to 76, getting through school, promoting my first job opportunity, I hope longtime friends, motorcycle buddies. He's been a huge part of everything we've done, me and my family, and I really can't say enough. I could go on and on.
Hello, today we're here with Richard Simmons, longtime friend of Lynn Darbyshire. Richard, can you share with us something you'd like to tell Lynn today?
I'd like to tell him congratulations. He was one of the founders of this facility and then stayed on and was a wonderful teacher and a mentor to a lot of people here at Miami Middletown. And I want to wish him the very best in all he does in his retirement. Our children are his daughter, Jamie, my daughter, Lisa, were born 4 days apart in Oxford. And they ended up, Jamie went to Middletown High, my daughter went to Talawanda, and then they ended up rooming together all through undergraduate and then on into graduate school, and they've remained very close friends. So we've got a close connection as families, and just I'm very proud of what Lynn's done, and he's just done wonders. He's definitely a people person, and that's what I appreciate as well.
Today we're here with Jeff Ferguson, 3-year player for Lynn during his time here as coach. Jeff, can you share with us what you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day?
Well, I'd like to congratulate Lynn. He ran a first-class program out here, and we had a really great time playing for Lynn. We enjoyed everything we did out here. Kept us in great shape. Had to run a little extra sometimes. I still feel like I'm in good shape today for that. So congratulations, Lynn, and first-class program you ran out here, and looks like they're carrying on the tradition.
Today we're here with Don Gilchrist, an assistant coach under Lynn during his time coaching here. Don, can you share with us what you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day?
Well, I'd like to thank him for everything that he's done for me as a friend, as a mentor. I just have thoroughly enjoyed being with his family and being part of his family. And the years we spent coaching together were fabulous years for me and unforgettable.
All right, today we're here with Terry Schwab, a 3-year player for Lynn during his time as a head coach. Terry, do you mind sharing with us what you'd like to tell Lynn on this special day?
Well, I mentioned to him a little bit ago, he doesn't know, what he has meant to myself and my family. It's just he's been a very positive influence, and the things that he spoke about when the court was dedicated to him are very true in terms of having people come up to him and tell him what he meant. It was a special time for me, and I enjoyed the time that I was over here. I've gone on to teach and been athletic director over in Hagerstown for a number of years, and have had a number of times when I've thought back of my time here and what Lynn may have done, and that's influenced a lot of things that I have done also. And the plaque that he received, I used to take charges when Lynn was a coach, and my butt's probably been sliding on that plaque that he received many times. It's probably why it has a shine to it as I polished it for him.
Today we're here with Casey Smith, Lynn's oldest grandson. Casey, can you share with us what you'd like to tell your grandfather on this special day?
Well, Papa, so I call him Papa. I just want to, this is such an amazing day, and it means a lot to our whole family, and I'll always remember this. I captured on camera for you. You've taught me so much, and today especially, which is the connection to people and the importance and value of relationships. And it's just, I mean, it's true to all, given everyone that came, you know, your connection with people and how you've moved people in such an inspiring way. And one day I hope I can do the same. I love you.
There is nothing better.